Hi guys, thanks for watching Mom Talks Wrestling. I'm Mom. This week we're going to talk about Raw and Total Divas. Okay, so on Raw, Brock Lesnar, Dean Ambrose, and Roman Reigns signed the contract for Fastlane. Who cares? I don't like this feud. I feel like Brock Lesnar is above this, and I feel sad for Dean Ambrose that he's Roman Reigns' sidekick. He could have been something great. He could have been the next Stone Cold, but instead WWE has turned him into some like goofy lame-o. And I'm sad. Like, I wanted something more for him. And then don't even ask me about Roman Reigns. Ugh. If you have watched any of my episodes, you know that the Usos get on my nerves so badly. So I'm even more annoyed that the Dudley Boys are trying to like team up with them, right? Like that whole locker room exchange, grated my nerves. It's like, didn't you hear the crowd respond? They were booing this whole thing. Everyone loves the New Day. Like, sorry Dudley Boys, sorry Usos, you guys are both irrelevant. I can't stand this. Like the Dudley Boys were cool whenever they came out for, what was it, like some pay-per-view, I forget which one. TLC? That would make sense. You know what I mean? Like, that gave everyone who has been watching wrestling for a really long time what they wanted. But now it's like, oh my gosh, it's such a snooze fest. And can we talk about the New Day and Mark Henry in the back, like, gyrating? What is happening? Those are some moves that I would ever want to see Mark Henry do, ever. I felt uncomfortable. And Big E can really break it down. It's so weird. Kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies. But it's cool because I think Big E should be my best friend. Or I would like him to be. I feel like I would laugh a lot. Is anyone else totally tired of Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler wrestling each other? It's so boring. And it makes me sad because I typically enjoy Kevin Owens wrestling. And Dolph for that matter. I mean, he's so good at like selling. You know what I mean? But this has been played out a bajillion times. Can we move on, please? Miss TV, Talk is Jericho, AJ Styles. First of all, I'm like enamored with this storyline for whatever reason. Like, The Miz just makes me laugh. I think he's funny. And I love Chris Jericho so much, I can't even describe it. And then I'm like, totally behind AJ Styles, right? I mean, first of all, his music is dope. And secondly, it's just like so fun watching him wrestle. He's so fast and he's good. And I cannot wait for him and like Jericho to really just go at it. And I haven't watched SmackDown because it's tonight, right? Like when we're filming. But I heard that it is awesome from like the Canadian viewers, like how great it is. So don't tell me, I want to see it for myself. But yeah, it's just, that to me is like wrestling. That's what makes it exciting to watch. Like sure, the gimmicks are fun, like the New Day, although they're overexposed. But when really great wrestlers are out there and they can talk on the mic and they're good in the ring and they're entertaining, that is WWE, right? Like that's what it should be. Not a bunch of hokey stuff and like some wrestlers that haven't really honed their skill, you know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know. It just makes me happy. Like those segments, I love. It's perfect that WWE is putting AJ Styles against The Miz and Jericho. I mean, it only makes sense. If you watch the video package that they used for Daniel Bryan, like highlighting his career, the two matches that we really see are his first match with Jericho and then him beating Miz for the US title. So it's like, those guys are great at what they do. They're company guys. They do what it takes to get like the great wrestlers over that people are gonna love and get behind. You know what I mean? They're good at being heels. They're good at being faces. They're good at their job and it makes me happy. Like, why can't more people be like them? Okay guys, I need to know your thoughts on Titus O'Neil. You know, at Monday Night Raw, he grabbed Vince McMahon's arm, but supposedly that's like cut out of a bunch of stuff. Like, I had to find it online. And it was like a horrible clip that I saw, but he's suspended and I see people giving their 2 cents. So I want to know yours. Like, do you think they did the right thing for suspending him? Personally, it's like, Yeah, dude, that's your boss. And if you're not in a storyline with him, then don't touch him. But also, what I hope is that WWE takes his suspension, because obviously it's put a lot of spotlight on him, and like brings him back, and it really puts him over. Like, use him in a really great way. You know what I mean? But who knows if they will or not. What are your thoughts? Tell me. I want to know. And this brings us to Daniel Bryan. Oh, I wanted to cry, especially when I was talking about his dad and like feeling the emotion of the crowd, you know, like cheering his name or saying yes, yes, yes. Like, oh, I loved it. I loved his retirement speech. It was good, right? I mean, did you guys like it? It made me sad. Like, it is sad. But at the same time, I'm glad he's taking care of himself and that he's leaving on a good note and that he's able to move on with his life, and he and Brie can have kids. Like, being a parent is seriously the best thing ever. So I'm excited for them, you know, that they had this opportunity, that he's had some really great moments, and now that he's able to move forward. It's hard, but I think it'll be good. Total Divas. Guys, what do you think about that guy lying to Foxy about his age? Would you have broken up with him? Just tell me. I mean, 5 years may not seem like a lot, but it kind of is. Like, that's something, I don't know, it just seems so silly to lie about. So, I need to know, do you think she did the right thing in leaving him? What do you think about Nikki Bella wanting to be classy? I like her, like, without her extensions and like covered up. She looked really beautiful. So it's like, that's the Nikki I prefer to see, not the Nikki who wants to flaunt it all. I don't know. I guess I kind of side with Brie in all this, and like the advice she gives her sister and the things she tells Nikki, because I agree, sometimes like dressing like a hoochie mama on the daily isn't working. I mean, I get it for your job, I guess, but I don't know. But I mean, who am I? Like, seriously, who knows how I would dress if I had that body? I'd probably be conservative, just knowing my personality. I don't know. But yeah, I'm having a hard time getting into Total Divas. It's just so boring. It was so much more fun when the storylines, like I said before, when the storylines matched that of Raw. That was so fun. It was like so exciting to watch Raw than Total Divas, because you knew it was intertwined somehow. And this is just so boring. The girls are not interesting at all. I tweet at 432ELC, hashtag Mom Talks Wrestling, my Tumblr Mom Talks Wrestling, and this YouTube channel, Mom Talks Wrestling. Like, dislike, comment, subscribe. Let's talk about wrestling. The New Day is so over that they have people cheering for Mark Henry. If you watched Main Event, you know that Mark Henry was teamed up with Jack Swagger, so they're a bunch of nobodies. So the New Day is getting, you know, the strongest man in the world back over and like popular and in the spotlight again, and people are okay with it. It's just like, the New Day rocks and everyone else is booty.